shower.
I'll be honest with you, baby. It's better with you in it.
All these nozzles, they're very useful. I am never getting out of here.
Karen's phone.
Yeah, is Karen there?
She's busy, Nick. Can I take a message?
No, that's all right, thanks.
No. Thank you.
Who was that?
Oh, the wrong number.
Are you ready to help me with that little thingy I need help with?
Oh, yeah. I'm coming right up.
Look, I know this isn't easy, so anytime you want to talk about it, we can talk about it, okay?
Do you still love Mom?
Yes, but...
About what? So we could talk about it.
Right, but there are some questions which, I mean, it seems like there's a direct answer to, or a relatively direct
Today or
answer.
it's Dad.
What do you want from me?
Kiki! Mom! Hi. Hey.
Hey, listen, everything's in the bag, the pajamas, toothbrush. There's also a permission slip for a field trip you have to sign.
Thanks. I will see you in 48 hours.
Well, unless you want to talk before then.
About?
I don't know, us.
Kiki, can I have a minute? Thank you.
All right, listen, you've tried the separation. It's been 2 weeks. It's enough. It's certainly been enough for Kiki.
I'm not going to get together with you just to be judged.
Lisa, I want to make this work. Okay? So let's have your mom watch Kiki tonight. We'll have dinner. Just to talk.
Say yes, Mom.
Are you sure you're all right, Mrs. Darling? You seem a little giddy.
Of course I am, Clark. I'm a free woman, giddy to drink in the colors of the fall before they fade.
Mrs. Darling, I could drive if you want.
I'm fine. I barely touched my mimosa at breakfast today.
So, Simon, what exactly brings you here?
I heard you had opened a gallery, so I just wanted to stop in and take a look. And then I saw this. Though he's a little too obvious with his derivations without being really clear about his intentions, I keep coming back to it.
Best kind of art is the kind you can't make up your mind about.
Ambivalence.
Exactly.
We both know a lot about that.
I'm sorry.
I mean, we're both with people who can't make up their minds.
I thought you said you came here for the art.
I did. I'll take the painting. And while I'm here, Lisa, I'll also give you this. It's a conversation between my Karen and your Nick, captured by my security cameras. It's worth watching, even if just to clear up a few ambiguities.
Yeah? Well, let me clear up some of yours. I'm not sure what kind of thing gets you off, but I'm not the kind of woman who spies on my husband. Will that be cash or charge?
Well, let me spell it out for you. Everyone you recommended, Dad, to be my chief of staff, every one of them, in one way or another, belongs to you. And I need someone who will be working for me. Ergo, Nola.
She prosecuted your mother.
Exactly. What better way to demonstrate that I don't hold a grudge and that I'm someone who's willing to reach across the aisle?
Oh, Paddy.
Mr. Darling, perhaps your hearing isn't what it used to be.
I beg your pardon.
Your son has already given me the job? Now, let's get down to business.
What do you suggest, Nola?
Committee assignments. We hear you folks have thoughts.
I fish in Hampshire, in England, every year with the chairman of Foreign Affairs. He can get you a seat.
That's great, Dad, except we were thinking that...
You're not listening, Patrick. Foreign Affairs. It positions you perfectly for a first-term run at the White House.
We've got a different idea.
Oh, but of course you do.
Well, let's hear them out, Trip.
With all the recent controversy, you know, the death, the fire, the transsexuality of it all,
We think avoiding the spotlight would be best. Show we're serious. We're thinking agriculture.
Agriculture?
You heard it right, Dad. Agriculture.
Patrick wants to not exploit his family connections too avidly right out of the gate.
Right. Okay. You've obviously come here with your minds made up. I profoundly regret that pretending to respect me has taken up so much of your precious time.
It was really nothing.
I couldn't agree more.
Father doesn't like strong women, does he?
He likes Mom.
I said strong, not murderous.
Hey, what are you doing here? What the hell?
What is she doing here? She's my chief of staff.
Got a meeting in the mayor's office in 10 minutes, Senator.
Sorry, Joseph. Gotta run.
Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love. Not because you wear all those fancy clothes and have a big fine car. Oh, yes, you do that. How do you think I can afford? It wasn't my fault.
You were intoxicated and you were driving the coupe. Poor girl.
Well, the doctor said she's gonna be fine, Trip.
He meant the coop.
You should thank your lucky stars, Tish. Young woman agreeing to be treated here saves us the possibility of this turning into tabloid fodder.
She rode up on that bicycle out of nowhere. Only blocks from our house. I mean, this is obviously some sort of a scam. Well, it happened to my friend Lucy Tembrick only last year. Oh, she lost millions. I say we go back to that intersection and talk to witnesses.
Absolutely not. We are 2 weeks removed from your having been on trial for murder. The last thing we need is another scandal.
He's right, I'm afraid.
It should be better taken care of here than in any hospital.
Lovely.
Speak with the young woman, Nick.
You're awake. Mind if I come in?
Who are you?
Nick George, family lawyer.
Oh, of course. Ren Darcy.
Nice to officially meet you.
Don't worry, I'm not planning on suing anyone.
Whether you decide to sue or not is entirely up to you. I'm just here to make sure you have everything you need.
Well, then you're good at your job. I have an on-call nurse and a maid and this person who just keeps fluffing my pillow.
Welcome to life with the Darlings. Is there anyone I should call? Let them know you're okay?
No. My family's all up in Maine. Besides, they don't really worry about me. Believe it or not, working the fragrance counter at Bendel's makes me the success of the family. I should probably go.
No, wait. The doctor wants us to watch you for a while. Make sure you don't have a concussion.
Trust me, I'm completely sound. So please thank the Darlings for their hospitality. Tell them if they ever need a house sitter.
Oh, you a little dizzy?
A little.
All right, just rest, okay? What?
You're just not my idea of a family lawyer.
Get some rest.
Okay, counselor.
It's worse than I thought. At this stage, unfortunately, the only treatment with any real odds of success would be continuous rounds of high-dose chemotherapy.
And so what are those odds?
Optimistically, about 10% chance of surviving 12 months.
In bed, sick, with never-ending pain.
So what, are you just gonna give up?
I want to spend the time that I have left teaching our son how to live, Brian, not how to die.
I can't say that I would recommend your choice, but I certainly understand it.
So what about the good stuff?
The good stuff?
The NIH trial I read about at this hospital, Quackenbush.
The waiting list to get into the next run of that trial is over a year long. I'm sorry.
Hey, Grim Reaper. I know how this works, so how much is it gonna take to get her into that trial?
I'm gonna pretend we're not having this conversation.
Good. I'm gonna pretend I'm talking to a human being. There's a woman in there with an 8-year-old son.
The sad truth, Mr. Darling, is that there are thousands of women with equally life-threatening cases who actually want the treatment.
You wanna play rough? Let's play rough. You know that building you're about to break ground on? The $100 million children's cancer wing? The one bearing your stupid name? What if I prevent my family from signing the check they promised?
It's Andrea's decision, Mr. Darling.
My family's putting up half the jing for that wing. You make it happen. I'll take care of Andrea.
She's gonna be okay. And she's not looking to make any trouble.
Thank God.
But I think, for her sake and for the sake of avoiding a scandal, you're going to have a house guest for a while.
Nikki, do you honestly think it's safe having her here?
As long as you don't take her for a drive.
Letitia, whatever the girl needs, she shall have. She's the injured party. That's how it should be.
Shades of Lucy Tenbrook.
You're kidding me, right? You say you want me out of your life and then get a job working for my brother?
I fell on hard times. Or should I say, I was pushed.
Or maybe it's neither one. Maybe you are just obsessed with all things darling. I mean, if you're not prosecuting a darling, you're sleeping with one. If you're not sleeping with a darling. What exactly are you doing for my brother?
Patrick, unlike some people to whom he's related, has guts. He was generous enough to give me a second chance when my career fell into the crapper, thanks to you.
Oh, so this is your way of getting back at me, right? By cozying up to Patrick?
Get over yourself, Jeremy. I have. You should too. Pronto.
You look pretty.
Thank you. Kiki and I spent an hour and a half picking out this outfit. Can you imagine being nervous for a date with my husband? Not to say this is a date because How are you doing?
Honestly? It's weird, after all these years, to wake up alone every day.
I guess I'd feel pretty weird too if I was actually sleeping.
You know, you can move back in. I want to make this work, please.
I do too. Completely, but
But?
Simon Elder stopped by the gallery today.
What the hell did he want?
He bought a painting. Very expensive one. And he mentioned something about Karen, about a conversation you had.
I did speak with Karen recently. I told her not to marry Simon.
Okay.
The only reason that Simon wants to marry her is to get control of Darling Enterprises stock. I had to tell her not to do it. I was doing my job.
I want us to work. But we can't if Karen is always going to be lingering on the edge of our lives. We can't.
She's not.
Promise me, Karen Darling will no longer be a part of your life. Or ours anymore.
I promise you, Karen Darling and I are done.
Nick George is here to see you.
Okay, send him in. That's all for now, gentlemen. Thank you. Well, hello, Nick. You don't seem too happy. What's the problem?
The problem is that you need to stay away from my wife.
Okay, I can't speak for you, but usually when I'm this angry, it's from a lack of perspective. So let me help you out.
Save the company.
I don't care about the company. At least it's not my first concern.
Well, what is?
You. And me. Now, it's not on YouTube yet, but what do you think? It's good for a few hits.
This company are insane.
You can't just show up here whenever you want to screw with my head, Nick.
I know! I'm sorry, okay? You're right. Karen, I don't want to see you make a huge mistake.
Then step up.
See, you mess with my lady, you mess with my stuff, I mess with yours. Just consider it a life lesson. I mean, you can't learn everything you know from Trip, darling. Oh, I'd show you out, but I have a feeling by now, you know the way.
So, what do you think?
I think I'm a lucky man, able to look at someone I love and know she feels exactly the same way for me. It's the most precious thing in the world. Let me take you out tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't. I have a family dinner.
With the same family that disowned you?
Well, yeah, Mommy made me promise I'd come so she'd have somebody to gossip with while Daddy and Patrick argue over what Senate committee he's gonna be on.
So that's what goes on at these darling family dinners.
Yeah.
Page 6 will be very disappointed.
But I will see you after, though, okay?
You bet. Come on. Up you go.
Oh. Got you looking.
Yes, you did.
What?
There's a dinner tonight at the Imperial. Do what you have to. Just make sure you're there.
Relax. I told you. Patrick's ready to go with agriculture. Trip gave in.
Okay, don't be fooled. The one thing Trip Darling doesn't do is give in. I can't launch my biofuel next quarter without some high-profile political support. I need Patrick on that committee.
I'm not interested in spending any more time with those people than I have to.
Then let me be the first to remind you. You have to.
Hey, Swami. Big news. You're in.
In what?
The trial. The experimental cancer drug. I pulled some strings.
I told you I didn't want treatment. Experimental or otherwise.
Do you know what it took me to get you into this?
Let me guess, Brian. Money?
You amaze me.
Because I have value.
Because you're so selfish! You know, whatever you think you're proving by doing yoga and burning incense when you should be taking medicine.
I am proving that there is more to life than avoiding death.
Listen to me, you willful bitch. And take the meds and thank me.
You are such an idiot. Why do you get to me so?
I'm not bothering you, am I?
Not in the least. In fact, it's a pleasure to hear the. Please, keep playing.
Okay. Don't be fooled. This is the only song I can play. I'm what my piano teacher called unmotivated.
I'm glad you're up and about. It's a good sign. Truth be told, it's been refreshing to have you in the house. I regret the circumstances that brought you to us. My wife, she keeps life interesting.
Yeah, I read the papers. You must love her very much.
I do, actually.
It's admirable, standing so faithfully beside someone who's been less than faithful to you. Everyone I know thinks you must be a saint.
A saint? No, hardly. Simply a man who, 40-some years ago, found the girl of his dreams. And I don't want to let go.
I hope that wasn't out of line bringing that up.
No, on the contrary, I appreciate it. I have friends. I see them every day at the club, and they have yet to mention it.
Can I tell you something?
Of course you can.
It's nice to meet someone who can afford to take a million second chances. But you still hold on to the first one.
Thank you for that.
Anytime.
Hey, what's cooking?
You said you wanted an answer, and I have one.
Oh, neat. So, what's it gonna be? Not like I'm impatient after waiting on you for 15 years. If it wasn't for Simon, I might even wait forever.
Nick George's office.
Is he in?
He's in a closed door meeting.
With whom?
I'm not sure.
Daisy, it's me. You can tell me.
I can't do it.
Is it Karen Darling?
Yes. Do you want to leave a message?
Is that your final answer?
No. There'll be no message.
Final answer.
I wish I could say I'm surprised.
Look, I have to make things work with Lisa. I owe it to her. I owe it to Kiki.
And what about you?
Look, I want to do the right thing.
Oh. Of course you do.
And I love Lisa. I love you too. I always have, and you know that. But she's my wife. And look, I can't apologize for doing the right thing.
Hi, Simon. Lisa George. I want to see what's on that disc.
Everybody! Everybody! We are gathered together tonight to celebrate our perseverance and to remind ourselves that we must never take for granted our hard-earned second chances. To Letitia's freedom.
I'll drink to that.
And to my Princess Karen, with a fifth, and it is hoped, not final,
Trip.
wedding forthcoming.
Thanks, Daddy.
And to Patrick, who has weathered this exceedingly difficult year and has found himself in the United States Senate. You're one step closer to Pennsylvania Avenue, and you're gonna get there if you play your cards right.
My cards are my business, Dad, but thanks for the vote of confidence.
To family.
To family.
To family.
To family.
Vicky,
Yeah,
where's Lisa? I thought you two were making a go of it.
we are. She's moving back in on Monday, but she and Kiki are having a girls' night.
Can't tell you how pleased I am to hear that. I wish my husband had your same willingness to forgive and forget. Unfortunately, he's just a little too enchanted by our little con artist to realize what he could lose, financially and otherwise.
Oh. Hello, Boris. Natasha. Say hello to Gabby. Portia. Backup singers for the new song JT and I just wrote. It's called Moving On. She hit the ringtone.
Hey, Uncle Jeremy.
Oh, what do you think you're doing? Some alcohol for you.
Excuse me?
Sorry, not my rules, but the medical trial has very strict requirements.
Do you think because I had sex with you that means I changed my mind? You may find this hard to believe, Brian, but the sex wasn't that mind-altering.
Then you tell our son that you have the big C and that you're doing nothing about it. And then afterwards, you two can go coffin shopping.
And here
there she is, Ms. Chief of Staff. I wish Patrick had given me more notice. I wasn't expecting that you'd attend a family dinner.
Professional hazard.
Despite what you think, Ms. Lyons, I harbor no ill will toward you, and I hope you perform your task for Patrick with the same single-mindedness with which you prosecuted me.
That's very gracious of you.
Oh, and I just hope that there are no hard feelings about your doomed relationship with my son, Jeremy.
Yeah, that was my mistake.
Oh, no, dear. That was no mistake. Not at all.
Agriculture, it'll set you back years. I can't believe you're even considering it.
I'm doing more than considering, Dad. I've made up my mind.
It's that woman. That woman's influence is destroying
It
you.
has nothing to do with her.
Have you asked yourself exactly what it is she wants from you?
Maybe she's the only one that doesn't want something from me, Dad. Ever consider that? No, I like what you just said in there about second chances. Why don't you take your own advice and support me for a change?
Hey there. Look at you.
Hey,
How's the border?
far from bored. Karen lent me this dress. I think it goes for 10 grand.
Nice.
It must be strange for you,
How so?
just being around this all the time.
Yeah, definitely strange.
You're married, right?
I am, yeah.
So where's your wife?
She's right here.
Lisa, what are you doing here?
Simon showed me the disc.
Look, Lisa, I can't do this.
You
right
can and you will.
Lisa, I
You
was.
lied to me. You
Keep
said you
it
were
down.
working when you went to see Karen? You went out there to see if she was still pathetically waiting for you. Was she? Are you two finally on? Because
Calm
if that's what you
down.
want, that slut, that rich, disgusting string bean made of money, then have her. She's waiting for you. She is wide open.
Hi, Lisa. I smell trouble, or is that your perfume?
Karen, walk away.
Sweetie, if I do that, he's just gonna look at my ass.
You can't resist. You will not be happy until you see our relationship die, will you?
Well, he certainly won't.
You stupid, slutty bitch.
Lisa, what the hell?
No. You and I have never been of the same class, but I'm not afraid to fight above my weight. Oh, honey, I'll kick your ass if I can find it. I'll bring it.
Now it's family night.
I've always wanted to do this.
Whoa!
Hell no!
Whatever you think happened, it was not her fault!
I know, but I saw Nick.
Why don't you back off and listen to her for one? Hey, why don't you back off, Fauntleroy? Start of your business. You know what? I think it is. Lisa's been pretty cool with all your little head games, but even an art chick has got lemons. The hell are you to talk to me that way? I'm your worst nightmare.
Shut the hell up, both of you.
Just let the bitch be.
Lisa.
When we first moved back to New York and your father, he offered to help us out. You said no. No. We were gonna make it on our own. Is this what you had in mind? Because I think this is where you were meant to be, who you were meant to be all along, and now I am just a reminder of that time you spent pretending to be something else. I'm done. It's over.
I know.
Talk about your setups. So, your mother was behind our entire relationship?
No, I'm telling you, she found out we were seeing each other and she told me to keep it going.
Yeah, and you just went along with it?
You were trying to send her to the electric chair.
She used you.
It's part of being a darling. Which you seem to have pretty down yourself.
What? What are you talking about?
You're using Patrick
For what?
to get close to me because you still love me.
Okay, you know, whatever you need to tell yourself.
Tell me you don't think about me. When you take your dress off at the end of a long, boring day. Or when you're in the shower with no one to soap your back. Or in the early morning when you're all sleepy and you roll over.
Ready to go?
Yes. I am ready.
Night.
You picked out your soft PJs, huh?
Yeah.
Did you have fun tonight?
Uncle Jeremy's funny.
Yeah. You know I love you so very much. You're my sweet angel. Sweet dreams, baby.
I thought you were gonna tell him instead of just talking about my brother's comedic chops.
I changed my mind, Brian. I'm gonna do the trial.
Since when?
Since tonight. After that dinner, I realized there is no way I can leave my son alone with you and your family. I actually have to live.
Hey,
Hey,
you alright?
believe it or not, this is pretty much par for the course. Except it's usually the darling who throws the first punch, not my wife.
Well, you probably don't feel this way right now, but you're lucky. To have not one, but two women who care enough to fight for you.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
I don't know, I've been in New York for almost 3 years now, and I don't have anyone like that. Not that I haven't dated. It's just the guys in this city. I mean, even the ones who seem nice, like you.
Lost your faith in men, huh?
Yeah, almost. Not quite.
I'm sorry I had to bother you, but thanks for the ride, Jeremy.
After your craptacular cage match with my sister, it's the least I can do. You really gonna sleep here tonight?
Beats explaining to my mother that my marriage is over.
Thanks for sticking up for me.
I was just gonna stand there and let Karen wail on you.
Nick did. I fought for so long to hold on to my marriage. So that I had to. I had no idea who I'd be without Nick. Maybe it's just time to let go, you know? I'm just, not sure I'm ready to let go. All alone.
Lisa?
This isn't about forever, Jeremy. It's just about tonight. At 6 years old, you were in love with Karen, darling.
Completely. I grew up just assuming we'd be together.
So what went wrong?
Life, I guess. Karen broke off our engagement, and I went back to college, where I met Lisa. And I have spent the rest of my life caught between them. Lisa or Karen? Karen or Lisa? Now.
You think you've lost both of them?
Yeah.
Well, I doubt that. You're not the kind of guy women get over easily. Even just knowing you 2 days, I can see that. go to bed. It's probably my last night on 1,000 count sheets, so...
Yeah, you gotta take advantage.
Did it ever occur to you that neither Karen nor Lisa were the right person for you?
The crazy truth is, no. I've never thought that.
Well, that's too bad. Because there might be other options.
I feel like I can breathe for the first time in years.
Must be nice.
Yeah. You have no idea what it's like to be under someone's thumb. Look, I'm grateful to you for wanting to be my chief of staff. Even though I know why you're doing this. You want to be close to Jeremy. It's okay. Neither of us can be with the person we really want. It's one thing we have in common.
This is me. Good night.
Good night. Thank you
For what?
for being you.
That's a surprise. Little Patty's stuck up for himself.
Yep.
He's taken the open seat on the agricultural committee. Nicely done.
Simon, I can't go through with this. It's just that I'm getting too involved.
Oh, don't tell me you're having regrets about your little boyfriend.
Look, Patrick is already completely dependent on me. Letitia is evil, and your girlfriend Karen is, part psychopath. And if they find out...
I'm sorry, I forgot. I had something I had to show you.
What?
Come here. Nola, come here.
Don't.
Come here!
Don't!
Now!
Hi, Simon.
They tell me that when he wakes up in the morning, there's still only one person he asks for. Isn't that something?
Simon, they're fishes. Tell my sister I made them for her. Give her my kisses. Bye.
Just tell me, where's my brother?
He's fine. He's well taken care of.
When is this done? When is this gonna be done?
Listen, don't you ever forget all the things I've done for you, Nola Lyons. Hey. Who's my little soldier?
Nick! You're leaving without saying goodbye.
Hey, Trip.
Quite a night, huh?
Oh, yeah, always. How's Karen?
Oh. She's licked her wounds and she's resting comfortably. A ferocious little girl. And Ren, how's Ren?
Well, I don't think she's gonna tell anybody about the accident. As soon as she's feeling better, we'll send her on her way, probably tomorrow.
She's a lovely girl, isn't she?
She is.
You know, my whole life, I thought of Letitia as the only woman that I could ever be happy with. Perhaps I was mistaken.
Good night, Trip.
Good night, Nick. Thank you.
So what can I do for you now? You here to see Karen again?
I'm here for you. You recording this in case you want to watch it later? I know that's your thing.
What's up, Nick? It's late.
When I first started working for Trip, he told me you were the enemy. I thought, no, he's not such a bad guy. Just does things differently, old money, new money. that after seeing what you're willing to do to get what you want, I'd learned something. No one has to pay me to destroy you. I'm more than happy to do it for free.
Wow, did you rehearse that? I mean, because I like it. I like this new Nick because he's waking up. He's starting to think for himself. Soon you'll start to realize we're not that different, you and me.
Oh, yes, we are.
And I just want you to know, Nick, if this is about Karen, don't worry. You can have her back when I'm done. Son of a bitch! That boy. Nick, I've got no problem with you.
You didn't, but you do now.